Every city has its cultural hub, its melting pot, where people from different ethnic groups, cultures, and language groups come together to mix and live. Reggae and dubstep is the melting pot of a lot of different kinds of music. Originated from the Caribbean, it takes all the best beats, the sounds, and puts them into one big stew pot. Here in Hong Kong, you can find similar aspects in a place like Chunky Mansions, where groups from all different kinds of ethnicities and language families come together to live and thrive in Hong Kong.
A decade and a half ago, a young boy messing around with computer bugs stumbled upon what would eventually become a new style of music. The DJ, now known as Disrupt, is credited with being one of the early pioneers, what now is dubstep.
Leipzig in Germany, and today in Hong Kong.
And today in Hong Kong.
Which is very obscure for us, but extremely nice.
Can you tell us a little bit about Jahtari and how it was an idea and what it is now?
Yeah, first basically we tried to make reggae music with a computer because we didn't have any other equipment. So we took what we had, and yeah, we started to make it like just for the internet for free download because we didn't know how to make records and all this. And yeah, it went really well, and yeah, now we make a lot of vinyl and cassettes even. And it's going really well. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, the last 5 years have been really like.
My name's Sumji, you just mentioned it there, and I was here with a Disrupt from Jahtari to basically do what I do best, apparently, according to my mum, and that is open my mouth and let my belly rumble. There's one person ooh, yeah. I played that for my cousin's birthday party last week. They're 12 years old. Tell my one and tell my all. Tell me if you want to come away. The boat out on the summer storm. Gone one and all. Yeah, we're picture, yeah, we're admirable. Tell me if this can tell me why our kingdom deserves to fall and never die. Up a cliff and down through the water. I sat this all these years, I know what you're before. Oh, I was ready to go. I was ready to go. And no one I traveled before as far as you know. Knowing nothing golden enough to go. Some of us who love for weather try to take it everywhere across the nether. Spreading our good vibes and a ganja ether. Spreading our good life for good forever. Somewhere good and somewhere bad. Some a little crazy, yeah, and some they make me mad. Some they like to puff it on a ganja ether. Trying to do and never saying then to the nether. And in your anyway, it's in any way. Trying to do it, but you're perfect ganja anyway. Anyone that try to tell you what to do, you say no. Don't speak to me unless you're. Oh, are we ready? Are we ready to go? Are we ready? Are we ready to go? And you know, I traveled before as far as you know. The poly current, no one has been bold enough to go before. Mama said I was a musical logic. I would listen to and even accept her. Told her so and I'm in danger. Said that she had had it because I never listened to her words. So I went on to travel to explore and wonder what was on the rest of the world around and under. The molten core that wasn't just all us. Would I light up like a star if it with a bolt of thumb? Oh, with Jahtari sound, yeah, we rock the world. Oh, with Jahtari sound, yeah, you know the girl. Body dancing in the club, I think most of you are cool. And you're partying off on. I think at some point you should all go back to the UK and visit your parents, cause it's not fair. They brought you into the world and then you just changed them all to come and get stoned and not gone. Oh, yeah. This one's dedicated to all the women that dancers here, except my own because they're both. That was a bad thing to say. Yeah. Tonight, if it wasn't for the cooperation of about 7 or 8 different promoters from Hong Kong, from Shanghai, Gaz in Shanghai, Roger in Hong Kong, and all the different promoters, Genta, and all the other ones in Japan, it wouldn't have been able to happen because it meant that they could all
put the costs together and distribute it between themselves. So it had to be very, very organised and between people who don't all know each other 100%. So it builds that network as well. So, and like I said, it builds a good underground community of artists, promoters, booking agents who all help each other out. And the one thing that's similar between all of them is the fact that they're all promoting something that they all enjoy.
Could you tell us maybe some of the cities that you've been to and worked with other promoters where you've seen the greatest impact in the things that you're trying to do and raise the level of awareness?
Well, this is fairly new in Hong Kong, and I've talked to people such as the guy who runs Love the Records in Hong Kong, and I said to him, has anyone ever put on these kind of parties in Hong Kong before? In the past 10 years, maybe before my time that I've been here, and he said no one's ever done it in Hong Kong before. So this is new to Hong Kong. But we're working with other promoters, organisers, artists in Shanghai, in Beijing, in Thailand, in Japan. In certain places there's more of a culture of this type of music, reggae and dub music, such as in Japan. It's huge. And the reason is probably because of the post-war American occupation of Japan, where they brought the jazz music, and therefore there's great respect for music of black origin. But because China has been culturally quite closed off to the outside world, that kind of music hasn't really spread there. But because of individuals such as Cha-Cha and Gaz from Shanghai, they've built a foundation that we are able to therefore hook up with and start doing the same thing in Hong Kong. And then hopefully work together to make things much better, because when it comes down to it, we're all stronger together rather than trying to work individually.
I'm Julian, I'm from France. I came here around 4 years ago because I got a job here in export. So this is trading, but not financial trading. This is real goods trading. I'm not what would you say, music addict on iTunes, but I like what is, not so mainstream. And I have to say, everything you find in Hong Kong is mainstream.
Do you think that Hong Kong has a space, an opportunity for bands like the ones we've seen tonight to come out and have a place in Hong Kong society?
I think there is space, but that unfortunately that space is very small because Hong Kong is a very commercial city with a lot of employees, a lot of financial workers, and maybe they're just looking for a night out. They're not really interested in music. So unfortunately, I think the space is pretty small, but there should be a growing crowd, especially in young people, for this kind of entertainment. As a amateur, not knowing how the business is running here, I would have to say that clubs here would need to be more courageous and try to, just play something else. On the other hand, you have a lot of DJ coming here in clubs, pretty, well-known names, and they give variety to the standard music they're playing. So for like international DJs, there is a space for more maybe alternative music. You'll have to wait. It will be just a question of time.
I was born.
you do your own thing, it might be difficult at first, but the cosmos wants to help you to survive. It wants you to succeed. So, but it's not going to give it to you easily, because if it started giving everyone an easy ride, you know, where would we be really? So it's the tough ones that struggle on, and as long as you persevere, you know, and through my own experience, it gives you more wisdom than the wisdom that you would get if you took the easy route.
When they were 22, I like to scream up on the street, okay, nobody else was gonna do, so I can never fuck when I'm done. I don't worry about crossing, this is what I do. I like to fuck up wings, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Nobody tells me I'm the one, I'll do whoever tries to get to it, I'll get it, I'll get it, and soon. I like that do-it-do-it-do, I like the do-it-do. I take it for the road, but what I do, I'm all back to do. I see what's new and I don't wanna break it, do-it-do. Take that do-it-do-it-do, I take that do-it-do. That's trying, driving, I get up, I let it go. Watch me see the doing the phone, but I trust my senses. Don't you fancy go, whatever is wrong. Destination, never worry, you'll get through this song. Get up the phone and let her run for any city job. You will let me, that's why quick, but get to be hide it on. Doesn't make me want to lose yourself like the God. Give me that Bible that we got. I won't wait, stop up and talk.
So when you guys started making music, it was basically all on a laptop, and this was kind of the first time this was really kind of reggae was being brought all digital, right? Or
Yeah, I mean, I think in the 90s, like nowadays, a lot of people just used a computer. But the difference is a lot of producers, I think, try to sound like old tubbies or like old analog music with a computer, but a computer will always sound like one. So I think you can just as well be straight and consequent and make it consequently sound like a computer. And in this way, I think you create something new with reggae, because like the good old analog sound has been done to perfection. It was, you know, Jamaica and the time and the place, and you can only make a cheap emulation of this nowadays. So I think it makes total sense to look forward and try something fresh, you know, clash it with other sound aesthetics and see what's coming out of it. And yeah.
can you explain a little bit how the concept of a rhythm kind of influences the way that you make music?
Yeah, the rhythm is the absolute basic, of course, for all we do. It's like a bass line is the most essential thing. It lays the foundation, and kind of always say the bass line tells the story, you know. So
Can you talk a little bit about what Jahtari is now, as almost a global movement? I mean, well, as artists from all over the world.
It's really strange. Yeah, basically, you know how we perceive it. It's like we're in Leipzig, you know. It's not like a biggest city, really underground place, and we're like 4 people who run it, more or less from home, you know. And and there's like a network of friends basically all over the world, you know, mostly via internet, but a lot of them we already met as well in person, or they came to Leipzig, or we visited them and played together. And it's nice. But basically, I think it's a product of the internet, because you become friends just from your desk at home. But the difference is you meet as well and play together and become friends really in real life.
And so I think I find it, you know, an inspiring concept that a group of people from different parts of the world can all unite together just through email, through, you know, this quite recent communication, and be able to organise a tour for an artist worldwide, from Europe to obviously East in Japan. It's actually quite a surreal concept if you think about the way the music industry's been for the last, you know, 30, 40 years. It's only in the last 15, 20, 30 years maybe that you're finding this in a global, you're able to achieve a sort of global audience. And this is like a really fascinating idea, because it shows it's suddenly starting to bring all the different nationalities, all the different people from the different countries, all the differences together, and saying, well, there are a lot of things that are quite similar about us. Generally, if you do your own thing, it might be difficult at first, but the cosmos wants to help you to survive. It wants you to succeed. So, but it's not going to give it to you easily, because if it started giving everyone an easy ride, you know, where would we be really? So it's the tough ones that struggle on, and as long as you persevere, you know, and through my own experience, it gives you more wisdom than the wisdom that you would get if you took the easy route.